The day was Saturday. The date was April the 16th, 2011. Do you remember what happened that day? The massive outbreak of tornadoes throughout the country. Let's talk about that day. Let's get to work.
Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died.
Power rising, King brothers and Queen sisters. Thank you for stopping by and welcome to the village. I am the village elder. Saturday, April the 16th, 2011. I was still living in Raleigh, North Carolina at the time, over near St. Augustine's University. At the time, it was the black side of town, but gentrification is another conversation for another day. On that Saturday morning, tornadoes ripped through Raleigh, eastern North Carolina. I mean, it was just a crazy outbreak of tornadoes. The tornado went right past my house. I hadn't watched the weather, didn't know what was going on. I just noticed that I stood in front of my window. I'd never heard wind sound that way, which is what drew me to the window, which is what made me look outside. I hadn't watched the news. I hadn't watched the weather or anything. As a matter of fact, it is because of that day that I watch the weather every day now. I had been living in Raleigh since 1995 at that point, and I had been living in my house at that point since 1998. The sound of that wind had drawn me to my window, and as I stood at my window and looked out the window, I could see wind and rain going sideways. I saw a white cloud, a white tornado, go right past my window, and I could feel that wind getting ready to suck my window out. So I immediately ran into an interior room. About 30 seconds later, I could hear trees being snapped, and I knew what it was at that point. I had just stood at my window, and I was within feet of a tornado, stood face to face with the tornado. About 2 or 3 minutes later, when I went outside, I couldn't believe what I saw. I go from waking up that Saturday morning, sitting in my house, not knowing anything about the weather or not knowing that there was going to be bad weather that day. I go from that to walking outside and seeing an entire community wrecked, trees down, houses torn. We're not going to talk about the fact that I live walking distance from a fire department and there were no sirens, no anything, no warning whatsoever, no alarms. We're not going to talk about those failures by the emergency department in the city of Raleigh. Not going to talk about that. But as I went outside and started walking around the community, I noticed something that I had not noticed in the amount of years that I had lived there. From the time I moved in April of 1998 all the way to that day, April the 16th, 2011, I saw people. The entire community had walked outside and had walked the neighborhood to see the damage, but also to check on each other, to check on people, folks they knew and folks they did not know. They were out there checking on people. And as I passed by people, everybody, we all asked each other if we were okay, not just physically, mentally, emotionally. We were genuinely checking on everybody, on each other. We were shaking hands. We were hugging people. We were dapping up brothers and sisters. We were doing it all. And for the first time in all of the years that I lived at that house in that community was a village that day. It felt like my hometown. It felt like the village that I left back home, the village I grew up in. That's what it felt like that day. That community in Raleigh felt like a village. They were hugging people that they did not know, and they were dapping people they did not know. We were all doing it. And everyone was genuinely asking each other, "Are you okay?" I was so proud of our Black community. I was so proud of us. I'm still proud of my community. But that day, I was very proud of our community, of our village. We were absolutely a village that day, if for only that one day. It was like everyone was saying, "I may not know you, but I got you. I got your back. You already know." And while I am proud of and grateful for that assurance, it shouldn't take devastation and natural disasters for us to come together and to do that, for us to come together like that. We can do that, and we will. But it's going to take an asserted effort as individuals. But it is also going to take a concerted effort as a collective, as a group. We gotta move different. We can and we will. Until next time, understand your assignment, stay focused, and remain resilient. Ashe.
Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee, shadowed beneath thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our name.